instead of simply omitting the use of such a term in order to avoid a potentially xenophobic reaction from the public deriving from negative representation as explained by Thornborough, the medium is seen supporting and reproducing discrimination discourse against a nationality by placing the responsibility of a crime onto them and obscuring native co-participation. But hold on a minute! Apart from the emphasis on the suspect's nationality, this article may not necessarily be biased. The way in which the information is handled may simply mean that El Canciller does not take morality lightly. However, there are other pieces of writing in which the medium seems not so concerned with morality.
Looking at this article immediately makes one question if this was actually published by the same medium, as it heavily contrasts with the previous one. The article talking about El Uruguayo heavily relied on negative linguistic representation to set the man being investigated apart from Argentinian people. Meanwhile, this article about a well-known Argentinian musician accused of threatening and kidnapping someone only highlights positive characteristics about him. He's presented with positive terms such as the young musician and highlighting his wishes to start studying, while the accusations made against him are only briefly discussed. Moreover, the article puts special emphasis on the innocence of the musician rather than keeping a neutral stance. We can also mention the lack of coverage on the prosecutor's side, something apparently common to this institution, which also highlights the side of the story they want to share. And another aspect about this use of discourse that might catch your attention is the need for describing the musician as young, when his age has nothing to do with the crime he's been accused of. It is intriguing. It feels as if his age plays a role in his favor, with him being young, meaning that he will be allowed to make such mistakes. And as he is young, he's got his whole life ahead of him, and thus he should not be given such a strong sentence that would deprive him of his freedom.
It looks like, for El Canciller, age is an important factor in describing and judging people, but it does not always carry a positive connotation. In this following article, age does not seem to be playing in favor of this woman from Liniers. Quite oppositely, her age, which again does not seem to be relevant enough to appear in the headlines, seems to somehow be playing a role against her. Another thing one can also find in this piece is the reproduction of common sense discourses as discussed by Thornborough in the use of the term viuda negra.
Created using Powtoon.